email addresses and your list. Everything is in your list. Your list is the wealth of your business. Oh God, this is gonna be powerful. Okay, I'm actually in bed right now with my little doggy because I slept in and it was great and I needed to sleep in. Okay, so I was talking to sorry. Okay, I was talking to uh, my wife's sister was starting her graphic design type business or saying she said something to me one time like it's not her fault or anything, but she's like, we could get like a list of like 50,000 email addresses and do an email blast, and then it'll get the message in front of all these people. And I was like, whoa. Like, you might think that if you can get your hands on like an email list of 1 million people, you'd become rich. Well, I used to think the same way too. And as a matter of fact, I used to go and, I don't know, I bought like a million email addresses and I don't know. So, first of all, that's against the law now. It's against GDPR, which is General Data Protection Regulation. And it's against every CRM policy and email marketing software. You can't just upload a whole bunch of random email addresses. They have to be qualified, and you have to sign a digital signature saying that every single individual person on that email list gave you explicit permission to get their email, upload their email into this third-party system, and to send them emails and information and letters, right? So that's what you gotta know. Target market. You're better off having only 20 good email addresses from people who signed up on your list through an opt-in page and gave you their email that are qualified people who want to hear from you than having like, 1,000 just random email addresses, because it's called the spray and pray method. So so that's why you need to learn your messaging. There's a guy named Ryan Levesque. Ryan Levesque is the way it's spelled. Ryan, Levesque. He wrote a book called The Ask Method. It just really primes your whole mind about all this stuff. I'm not trying to sell his book or anything. It's a great book. As well as many other books, but this specifically kind of gets your mind, like, if you want to know anything about anything with people, you just ask your audience, ask the audience you're building. But when you create an opt-in and you collect an email address, and I'm sorry, but this is good. So you start building lists out. Like we do landscaping and window cleaning is our list, selling information products and helping coaching people to get their landscaping or window cleaning business off the ground into the next step, plus now marketing advice. So those are different lists. So you create email opt-in that goes to that list, and then when you build that list up to any amount of people that you can, you start segmenting the list out through behavior-based marketing into like how far they are down your funnel. Where are they at in their journey? You have to find out, because it's a timing thing. Where are people at in their journey? And you get people's emails based off where they are in their life and their journey around this topic, and then you sequence and pump out your messaging around that. It's very specific. It's not general. I should have said that in the beginning. So that's one thing about email marketing, is that you don't want to you don't want to blast random emails and make your open rate go down. You want your open rate to go up. So a good open rate for email addresses would be like 25%. My average open rate for email addresses is like 17%. It's low. Sometimes it's even less than that. Like, people get so many emails now all the time that you have to email the crap out of them, and you have to have really, really good, catchy, authentic headlines in the subject of the email copy, so when they open up their phone, they look and they see, oh, I want to click on that. Then Oh, now we're getting into copywriting. I could talk about this for an hour, dude. But basically, the first set of words. I'm going to say this in front of my wife. Honey, what? Can I speak something, or are you on a thought about something else? Sure. Okay, so with email marketing, I won't videotape you. It is to be very specific. The subject in the email address when people look at their phones is competing against hundreds of other emails they're getting. So the subject headline has to be so authentic and catchy and describes what's going to be inside. What are they going to get? They click. It can't be clickbaiting because they'll get pissed and unsubscribe or never come back, right? But it has to be so specifically and catchy, not general, but specific. Like this one. What is the most specific thing? For example, I don't know, if there's a 10-course dinner and ribeye steak was the center, most valuable part, you would talk about ribeye steak in the subject line, right? Oh, mouth-watering, juicy, tender, medium, well-cooked ribeye steak. That's specific. Now, when they get into the body copy of the email, as soon as they click, and this is the most important part I want to say, hon, the very first line inside of the body copy is so important because it sells the rest of it. Okay, so now the entire purpose of the subject, the whole sole purpose of that is just to get people to click on the email. That's all. Now, when they get into the body copy and they start reading it, the whole sole purpose of the very first sentence is just to get people to read the next sentence. Like, I mean, that's how descriptive and powerful professional copywriters are. They get so deep in their level of mastery in writing copy that they break it down to individual words. They say, the sole purpose of this individual word, I know I sound crazy right now, I'm beating a dead horse, is just to get the reader to read the next word.
But not everybody can really dive deep into that.
Or has the time to. Mm-hmm. Now, the whole sole purpose of reading the next word is to get them to read the next word. And there's something called friction words. If they're reading it, and then the way the wording is, it just creates friction in the mind or the emotions, they'll keep switching that wording around, almost like a musical artist would do when creating a hit song, until it, each word has to create like a sense of novelty and pleasure and like, wow, in telling a story. There's some pretty amazing copywriters out there. Here's an example of good copy. It's invincible. You can't stop reading it. You're just flowing down the page and you're like, you go under hypnosis and you're, see, I'm gonna make this in a whole new video. All right, bye.